What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Block Hash podcast channel. Today, we are going to, of course, talk crypto, but we're going to look at a price prediction and an update for Stellar Lumens XLM and what is going on, what we are seeing with the chart. Be sure to also check out our sponsor, Pika Crypto, and learn more about how they are revolutionizing the intersection between gaming and Web3. And if you want this video early, this video came out before it came out on YouTube. Go to Patreon. You can get the full market and chart analysis we do Monday through Friday before anybody else. It costs like 2 cups of coffee a month, guys. And it helps support the channel. So if you do, really appreciate it. Anyways, let's talk about XLM. So ever since April 2nd, we have seen higher lows. All right. We've been in a correctional period. It was very overblown in mid-April, and we've since consolidated quite a bit, especially around this 0.87 mark, 0.087. More or less, I think we've been around 0.088, but you get the drift. We are sitting here at the top of some former lows, which is good. We're holding here. The question is, did we get a... I'm going to grab my brush. Is this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 breakdown? Or is this a 1, maybe 2, 3, 4, and we're still waiting for 5 to get into our inflection zone or past our inflection zone potentially? There's some outcomes that could still be very bearish in the short term. Unfortunately, the good news for Stellar is we're sitting at the top of what we could consider strong buy zones. And I want to talk about buying activity in a second because volume has been very, very low and has been decreasing ever since March. Now, we have a gap here that has been very hard to fill. This is the FTX gap. It happened back in November, and we filled this original drift down. We retested and filled it twice, actually, before taking off, which makes me very excited about the area we're in. And this gap needs to be officially filled and closed out at some point. So just like we retested here and then closed it out, we came back down. We're sitting kind of at the top of that, and I think we will bounce at some point and close this out, and then we won't come back lower than 10 cents probably for quite a while, maybe even lower than 11 cents. That is going to be the official move up. I've constantly talked about how usually this happens in 3-year cycles, especially for Stellar, and it happens in the same month. It happens in November. So we got some time until we get there. It's May, so we got all of June, July, August, September, October, November. 6 months. 6 months until we get to the big month where we should see something happen. Until then, we need to look in the short term at our resistance areas. As well as this lower high, we have higher lows. All right, now this one I've drawn kind of roughly, but it has held and is starting to show that maybe we are heading into a wedge of a triangle here where we could break out either up or down. We could break out here to the downside, or we could break out here to the upside. That's what I'm paying attention to, and that head comes on the last day of May. So we got about a week and a half. We also have some support here where we generally come back up in price. We've wicked down. We've come through but shot back up. We've wicked down a couple times. So I'd like to see if we hold this, and so far we have held this level very well, just like we held this level up here at 9.2 for a while. If we don't hold it, we will come down into a very strong buy zone where this could end very quickly, where we've had 1, 2, 3 instances of coming down into this level or below, and then we rock it back up. Every single time. Pop, pop, pop. This happened in January. This happened in February. This happened in March. All right. We haven't seen that in April, but in May we could see it. It's still possible. On the RSI, we are very oversold, and we've been sitting oversold Oops, what did I do there? The thing to note about the RSI is the longer we sit oversold, the more likely we are to have a pretty strong run to the upside. The same way, the longer we sit overbought, the more likely we have a big correction. So since we're consolidating on the charts here and the volume has slowed down, like if we talk about let me give you a price example. We had a nasty 13% drop here, but since then, we've only dropped 5%. All right, that's not bad. So the damage is getting less and less, and the RSI is crossed over, and it likely might bounce here is what I'm looking for. If it doesn't and it crosses over on the moving average, then maybe we come back down and we have a little bit more pain to go. But we're getting very close to seeing a turnaround here. Every time we cross this yellow line, we get some big moves in XLM. All right, we clearly crossed here. We didn't quite cross here, but we crossed here on March 12th and had a big run, biggest run of the year. Okay, we crossed down here at the beginning of the year, and we started a correction back to the upside, a relief rally. So we're crossing down here. Once, twice, triply oversold. This is a good area to potentially consider buying in. Like, I'm not going to give you direct financial advice on what to invest your money in or what to buy or what to sell. But if it was me, this is a good area to start considering. I might wait to see if it legs down one more time, but anywhere between where we are in this inflection zone under 9.2, especially under 9 cents, is pretty good. And if we get into the 8.5 to 8.2 range, 8.2 to 8.5, that's another really good pickup. Also note we have a long-term higher low trend line. So if we break through our buy zone, we could come all the way down here. We could see 8 cents flat one more time. And that would still be okay. It wouldn't invalidate us moving in the right direction. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. We're okay. We're not bad. It's just frustrating because as everything else has really tried or has closed out this FTX gap, we just still haven't done so. And it's a lack of volume. And now we're back down here erasing this gain where we should have sat up a little higher, I think. So it's just not enough buy volume coming in. That's the other problem for anyone that's wondering. The volume is so much lower now than where it was in March, especially where it was January and February too. So that volume needs to come back. Problem is people are pulling all their crypto from exchanges. They're not selling, but they're pulling their crypto, and then they're too nervous to buy back in because there's no market certainty. Is the Fed going to raise rates? What is Jerome Powell going to do? Are more banks going to collapse? Is inflation going to keep running rampant? You know, there's a lot of things that make it hard for people to spend money right now. If people aren't willing to spend money, and crypto is generally driven by retail investors, then you're not going to see crypto move. It's just that simple. So until the Fed pauses on rates and inflation ticks down, you know, the banks collapsing are helpful. You know, it's a good proving use case for things like Bitcoin. But if we want money to flow in, new money, we need the SEC to fuck off. We need regulations to cool down. We need Congress to be more supportive of regulation. We don't need President Biden standing up there and talking about how he's not going to do anything for crypto. He'd rather see, you know, default than put out crypto legislation. Guy's an idiot. There's a lot of things that are suppressing crypto right now, and I'm surprised crypto has held up so well. I think you guys should be surprised how well crypto has held up thus far. In terms of predictions for where we can go from here, it's a very good question, but I think we will retest this 11.5 area this year. I think it'll happen in November. Well, let me say this. I think it'll happen sooner than November. Sorry, I don't know why I stretched this out until 2024. November of this year. We will at least test it by November of this year, but I think we'll test it sooner. I'm guessing by the end of the summer. If we do so, this is very just theoretical here. We will test these local highs of 13 cents before moving into the new year and finding something new. It's going to take a little time to grind upwards, but 2024 will be the first start of the major bullish year, and we need a few more months to see this grind upwards. Then 2024, we'll see a breakout from the 15-cent area. We'll close these gaps, and in 2025, we'll do something probably insane. That's what I'm thinking. So anything you buy, even under 11.5 cents, is a really good buy right now, potentially. All right, we're very, very low compared to where we've been in the past. So I'm hoping that Stellar can get back to around 50 cents. But I think in 2024, late 2024, we'll be able to hit $1. I really do. I think with all the projects going on and the development that has gone into Stellar, I think it's primed to get there. I think XRP is going to win its case. And when that wraps up, I think it'll help tremendously as well. So yeah, I could see Stellar being $1 in 2024, second half of 2024. But realistically, I could see XLM being about 20 to 30 cents by the end of 2023 if everything goes in the right direction, because this is just so beaten down compared to where it was just a year ago. So once the volume starts coming, the price is going to move very quickly. So keep that in mind. That's it for today. Make sure to like the video, comment your thoughts down below, share this with somebody that's interested in Stellar Lumens XLM, and subscribe to the channel. And if you do subscribe to the channel already, thank you so much. Really appreciate you guys. All right. Talk to you tomorrow. Cheers.